Aloha parents. School will begin again in August. What it will look like, nobody knows at this point. But I do know that some of you will be going off to kindergarten. Some of you will be going off to other classrooms. Um, and it is up to you to advocate for your child. It's up to you to ask questions if you don't understand things. And it's up to you to ask for help and take advantage of services and or resources that are available. Asking for help is something that I've struggled with my whole life, and I think my culture and my upbringing had a lot to do with it. I believe that I was not worthy or good enough, and it took me a long time to get to a place to understand that if I believe everyone is worthy, then I need to believe that I am worthy too. And so if you have a hard time with this, work on it, practice, because life is a lot easier when you can ask for help and when you believe that you are worthy of receiving it. Anyway, I will put out a sample lesson plan each week. It'll look like this. It has suggested activities, and I will also send out packets to those who request them. And now, since you are your child's teacher, or you are the one implementing activities, I'm going to now focus on teaching you the hows and whys of what we're doing and why we're doing it, or what you're going to be doing. And there's way more to teaching than just giving children facts. And especially in this day and age, we need to teach children how to think critically, how to think for themselves. Critical thinking happens when children draw on their existing knowledge and experiences to do things like compare and contrast, explain why things happen, understand the perspective of others, and predict what will happen in the future, and think of creative solutions. And so how do we do this? Well, for starters, lots of language. Talking, singing, reading, and giving children time and space to explore, create, and make mistakes. And so I'm going to go through the activities, and I will give you the hows and whys, or at least try. Ready? Here we go. Okay, so the first thing we have is a video about the sun, and it might be a little higher level for preschoolers, but you know, if your child is interested, let them watch it, and if not, then just watch a little bit. I have an activity here called a sun spinner, and it's kind of ugly, but I did my best. There's a website that you can go to, and it'll instruct you on how to do this. So what you would do is cut this out, but you know, before doing so, you can talk about it. What shapes do you see? Yeah, there's a circle, there's another circle, and what's inside of the circle? Triangles. How many triangles do you think they are? So that is asking questions to get them to think. And so they cut it out. Now, if you need scissors, let me know, child scissors, and I can get some scissors to you. And you know your child. If your child is not even able to hold the scissors, don't expect them to cut this out. Okay? So what you can do is something called scaffolding, is that you cut it out and then you let them do one part of it. So you may want to cut the circle out and then have them snip up to here. And if they need help, you can hand over hand, you can guide them, okay? Open, shut, open, shut. And then what you need to do is you need to turn it down like that. And I'll give you a nail, or you can get a nail and you can attach it to a raised platform. And what do you think's gonna happen when you get a straw and blow it? Well, I'll let you do that at home. I've done it enough. The next thing that we have on here is draw a picture. So remember I talked to you about journals. And if you don't have a journal, you can use a regular paper. And can you draw me a picture of the sun? What do you know about the sun? And write down what they say. And that gives you an idea of your child's knowledge of what the sun is. And that's a start to the study. And on Wednesday, there's some stories. There's yoga and sun safety coloring. So in the story, it talks about being safe in the sun. We need to protect our skin from the sun, because it can burn us. And so this is just a sheet. And again, you can just give them this and they can color it. But, you know, if you want to make this more meaningful, you can talk about, well, what do you see here? What do you think it says? Stay safe in the sun. How many S's do you see? Yeah, stay safe sun. And you can talk about all the different things that you see on here. What do you have? Do you think you want to try an umbrella in the sun? Why? Why not? Right? Again, those are examples of open-ended questions. And on Thursday is a video called Why Should You Wear Sunscreen? And there's a cool song and a video. And an activity that you can do is sunscreen painting. So you put a little bit of sunscreen in a container in a little dish, and you can have your child paint on a paper and have them make predictions. What do you think will happen if we put this paper out in the sun? What do you think will happen to the places that have sunscreen and the places that don't? And when you take it outside, you can weigh it down with different objects. And again, what's going to happen to these places that we have the objects on? You think it'll be the same? Okay. And then in a few hours, you go outside and you check it. And you have them explain to you, what do you see? What did you discover? Why? Why do you think that happened? All of these questions and experiences help to promote higher level thinking. Okay, so that was on Thursday. For Friday, and you don't have to do all this, and you don't have to do it in this order. I have sun visors, and for those of you who ask for packets, this is a visor. And if you didn't have a packet and you want to make one on your own, you can just get some foam or cardboard and maybe some type of elastic and use this shape, and you have a visor. And your child can color it. And there's some stickers here. And these are glitter stickers, and they're different shapes. So again, that's another learning experience, because they're gonna find when they put shapes together, they make new shapes. And stickers are cool because it helps your child practice fine motor skills. Okay, they need to pinch and pull and take it off. And I know as parents, we want our children not to struggle, but give them a little time and let them ask for help. Yeah. And that's how we learn things. When we struggle and we finally get it, it's like, yay. But if somebody always does it for us, we'll never be able to do it ourselves, or it'll be really hard. Okay, so that's on Thursday. And my dogs are still barking, I know. There's some songs and dances, and physical activity is really important. It's fun. It also helps to create connections in the brain. So try it. On Friday, or what is that? Saturday, I have what will melt in the sun. So there's a sheet that goes with this, and there's pictures of different objects in it. That's my dogs, I know. There's different objects, and there is up yes or no. So this is ice. And before you do this activity, you ask them, do you think that it will melt or not? And they circle yes, no. And after you go outside and check it, then you will circle what actually happened. And why do you think that happened? So I used a milk carton, not a milk carton, egg carton, and I put the objects in there just so that it's a little bit more manageable. And put it outside, weigh it down, check on it in a couple hours. That is another activity. I've also included worksheets, and I kind of put the worksheets together based on where I think your child is developmentally. And so this is an example of same or different. And so you would talk about the pictures. Well, what do you see here? Ice cream, yes. Well, one of them is different. Which one is different? And they'll point to, well, why do you think that's different? So that is another way to help your child develop critical thinking skills. Now, if you just give them this, they're probably just going to color it. They don't understand what this is asking for. Yeah. So, you know, you see how many, what do you see here? Popsicles. Yeah. Well, what's the same about these popsicles? Well, that one has one stick. Yeah. So which one is different? Yeah. Why is it different? Because it has two sticks. And this is another one, sun protection, and so it's classifying or categorizing. What do you think will protect you from the sun, and what doesn't protect you from the sun? And you know, I don't like to say, well, that's wrong. It doesn't go there. It goes here. I kind of let kids put things where they want it, but I ask them to explain why. Oh, and I'll say, well, that's real interesting. Okay. So it's not about right answers or wrong answers. When it comes to critical thinking, it's getting them to explain and understand why, or at least think about it and express why. Yeah. So there's another one, beach sounds. And the last thing I have is ice cakes, because when it's very hot, we can cool off by drinking or eating something cold. So there's juice, and there's 2 cups. So you can use this as a math activity by saying, can you fill the juice up in these 2 cups equally? And so to make it a little easier and more interesting, I put it in a measuring cup. So you can talk about the measuring cup. What do you see? Yes, there's numbers and there's words on here. And you can ask your child, can you fill up these cups so that they're both equal? And so it might take a little while, and focus, eye-hand coordination, and wow, that was pretty good. This is mine. Is it equal? Well, how can you tell it's equal? Well, if it's not equal, what can we do to make it equal? You know, maybe you can get a spoon. Maybe you can use a spoon to make it equal. And then stick it in the freezer, and the next day you'll have ice cakes. So I hope this was not too boring. Give me feedback. But yes, these activities are fun, supposedly, or they're supposed to be, but they also are meant to help your child learn and develop thinking skills. So that was a long video. Sorry. Have a good day. Bye.